Now available in paperback and Kindle. Vampires stalk the darkness of the Eternal Night. Get your copy of Eternal Night in paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com. One of my viewers wanted to know what my thoughts were about Gislane Maxwell. Now, Gislane Maxwell was helping Jeffrey Epstein participate in his deviant enterprise on his private island. And Gislane Maxwell was alleged to have been the woman who facilitated grooming the young girls who were exploited by those elite individuals on Jeffrey Epstein's island. And I would have to say that your Gislane Maxwell is an extremely reprehensible human being because it takes a person of extreme depraved indifference to go out here and help a man create an enterprise out of dehumanizing a young girl. Because these children didn't know anything about the debauchery and deviancy they were being ushered into, but your Gislane Maxwell knew better, and that's what makes her an extremely evil individual. Your Gislane Maxwell is a disgusting human being as I see it, because she took innocent young teenage girls, brought them to this island, and coerced them into participating in acts of sexual deviancy with grown men who clearly knew better than to participate in this type of deviancy and debauchery. So when I look at your Gislane Maxwell, I mean, she is the face of evil because it takes a truly evil woman to go out here and exploit a young girl like she did, because a teenager is a child, and that's what makes this whole thing sick. These were children who had no understanding of what they were doing, and you had grown men who knew what they were doing, and they were doing this basically because they felt like they had the power to do so, and your Gislane Maxwell was enabling these men to participate in their sexual deviancy. So she's a very sick and depraved individual, and she has no regard for human life. This is what makes your Gislane Maxwell just as much a monster as Jeffrey Epstein, is that she knew better and she remained indifferent to the suffering of those children, and in fact she encouraged the exploitation of these children, and that's what makes her truly one of the worst monsters to ever walk the earth. I mean, she's just again, sick, disgusting human being. If you can sit there and tune out these young girls being used like this by these old grown men, this just shows how depraved she is as a human being. I mean, only a depraved woman, because women are natural nurturers and they care for other women, but this woman didn't care about these girls. She didn't care about them, and she didn't value them. I mean, a woman who has a high moral position would be fighting for these girls' chastity, fighting for their dignity, fighting to preserve their innocence, but this woman didn't care about their innocence. She didn't care about their dignity. She didn't care about them as people. No, it was all about pleasing that perverted Jeffrey Epstein, and it was all about going out here and making sure that Jeffrey's friends got their rocks and their pleasure off at the expense of a child. And that's what makes all of those individuals absolutely sick and disgusting. And it's just more disgusting that your Gislane Maxwell didn't went out here and was allowing this to happen, because no woman of character would allow this to happen to teenage girls. No, she would be out here looking to preserve their chastity and their dignity. But this woman was a demon, as I see it, and she was a demon looking to go out here and gain favor from other demons. So she made little teenage girls' lives a living hell. And while the government didn't punish her, they only gave her 20 years in prison. The Most High will be the one to give her a punishment when he passes his judgment on her. Because when I look at the sentence that Gislane Maxwell got, it just shows me how our gynocentric system gives these types of women, these deviant women, a pass. And it gives them a pass because these perverts and these deviants want a pass for themselves. But she won't get a pass from the Most High Living God. And when the Most High Living God passes judgment on her, he will pass a judgment on her where she will have to endure the suffering that she perpetrated on all of those innocent young girls. He will make her life the hell that it should be by casting her, I believe, into the lake of fire, because the only place for a demon like a Gislane Maxwell is the lake of fire. That woman is a demon. She is a Jezebel, and there is only one place where she will get final judgment, since she can't get it on earth, and that is in the bowels of the lake of fire, when she finally gets sent straight to hell. Because only, again, she's a demon because she went out here and did great evil, because it is evil to go out here and recruit young girls who are teenagers who don't know anything, and then use them and exploit them to meet the sexual fetishes of deviant old men. I mean, that's a special brand of evil that only Satan would be comfortable with, and that's why I call your Gislane Maxwell a demon who will be going to hell for the evil that she has done. What she has done is great evil as I see it, and the Most High would look down at her and see her doing great evil. I mean, a child doesn't know anything. Yes, they know about the biological terms of sex that they read in a 8th grade book, but they don't know anything about the emotional or the mental. And the whole thing is that this woman pushed these girls into a situation they were not mentally, spiritually, or emotionally ready for, all so that her rich friends could go out here and feel some semblance of power by breaking down another human being. Because the only reason why somebody participates in this kind of sexual deviancy is because they want to break down another human being. It has nothing to do with sexual pleasure. No, this is about power and control, and your Gislane Maxwell helped perverts feel some semblance of power as they broke down and humiliated innocent teenage girls. And again, this is a crime that really is one of the most heinous as related to, as I see it, as God, and you're going to be punished for participating in this great evil as I see it. Your Gislane Maxwell is a disgusting person, and she is somebody who I would never, ever would want to deal with. I mean, this woman is a monster. She's just as much a monster as Jeffrey Epstein, because she supported this monster in humiliating girls, breaking down children, humiliating and degrading children. This woman, she's just absolutely disgusting, and she will definitely be burning in hell for all of the evil she has done, and she would deserve a special place in hell next to guys like many of these other celebrities out here, because this is just beyond sick what she did. She participated in evil, and 20 years in prison isn't enough for this woman. As I see it, she belongs in the Supermax for the rest of her life, so that she could never, ever harm another innocent young girl or another human being on this planet. Now, this was a video requested by one of my viewers, and if you have a video request and I know something about the subject, you can drop a Cash App and I'll make that video for you. And if you want to pick up one of my books on the SJS Direct imprint, you can do so by heading over to Amazon.com and picking up one of my paperbacks or ebooks on Amazon.com. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, The Temptation of John Haynes. Given to temptation, pick up this action-packed African-American paranormal romance. Get The Temptation of John Haynes in paperback and